Welcome to Attican Plays Rise of Industry. All right, hi, this is Attican, and welcome to another Rise of Industry video. As promised, in this one, we are going to go into the career mode and play a game on normal difficulty, the normal preset. So that's where everything is standard, 100%. We can terraform. We're going to get a $10 million starting loan. We'll go ahead and do another medium map. Allow town industries to spawn and have maximum number of rivers, which would be 2. We'll drive on the right because I'm from the US, and here we go. All right, so we've got a map spawned here, and we're on pause because we haven't set our headquarters yet, so we of course haven't started. So let's take a look around, see what we've got. First of all, we've got, let's call it Shidler. I think I would be happier calling it Shidler all the way through. Okay, we've got a clothing store. That's not too bad. My absolute favorite, personal favorite, is a diner. Number 2 is a liquor store or a bookstore. They're very close. Actually, bookstore probably. 1 would be diner. Bookstore. I like bookstores. Bookstore 1, diner 2, liquor 3, and probably clothing 4. So clothing's fine. We've got clothing here. Let's see what they need. And they take all 3 of the big ones: summer clothes, winter clothes, and work clothes. So, okay, so we're looking, that's an okay place to start. And let's see what else we've got on this map. We've got a couple of small towns down here, Tolstoy and Borger. And oh, here's another good size one, so let's see if it's anything better. In Ryzen, we have a bookstore. Ta-da. Okay, so we've got a bookstore in Ryzen. Right across the river, we've got the little town of Moyak. Then we've got Wilhelmina. And I'm not even bothering to look at these really little ones because they're not going to have anything. They're just going to have hardware and food. And one of my first premises in this game is I'm really only interested in tier 3 products. So let's see what we have here. Let's set this, see what we can see the resources. Okay, so we have copper, oil and gas, and fish and sand in Shidler. 2.7 million. It's a big area, so we have a lot of area to build in if we wanted to. And then let's compare that to our other candidate here, Ryzen, which I'm leaning toward the winning. Okay, Ryzen has nothing. Here's the only, oh wait, does it have coal? I think it does. If it has coal, then it might win. No. To get coal, we're going to have to go across the river here, it looks like, to Borger. It's hard to see that, but right here is our boundary, and we've got coal just over the boundary in Borger. And we would need that coal to do our top tier, well, really anything with the books, because we have to make ink, and we need water and coal to make the ink. So that might not be the best place to start. Now on the other hand, if we go Shidler, the natural resources actually are a little bit irrelevant for clothing. Let's just make sure that's true. Okay, so for summer clothes, winter clothes, I see those. Winter clothes. Nothing that we can't research. Nothing that's dependent upon our resources. That's a good sign right there. And then summer clothes. We're good on summer. We can research all that stuff. And what's the other? Work clothes. We're good on all those. So we're going to go over here. We're going to work in Shidler. and we're going to get into the clothing business. So let's see. We've got good room to build. We can build 3 good starter industries without having to do a bunch of logistics, which complicates things and runs up your expenses. And this being kind of our first normal, let's keep it simple. We can build, summer clothes, winter clothes, work clothes, and surround Shidler. And what kind of demand are we getting? Probably 1, 1, 1, and 1. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and set up our headquarters. It doesn't matter where you put your headquarters as long as it's in the region. So let's find a nice mountaintop. Here we go. We'll go up on this mountaintop and look down upon our domain. And which one are we going to target? Let's target whichever one's the cheapest to set up. So work clothes, a little over 6. The other good news is there's 3 industries that we'll want to build, and a lot of the research would be redundant across the 3. So summer clothes looks like it's going to win. I thought so. Let's maybe confirm that, but I'm almost certain that summer clothes, yes, we're going to be building summer clothes to start with. And we would need 2 to fully match the demand of the city. We're going to focus on getting 1 to start with. We've got plenty of money. We don't even need a loan to do that. So let's get a summer clothes business going right away. And we need some water. We'll expand our water. We need berries. We don't need to expand the plantations yet because 3 berries, 3 cotton. So we'll just expand our water. And what I mean by that is we'll go to our harvesters research and we'll get this +2 coastal harvesters. That way our water can bring in, we can have up to 5 water harvesters. Notice I'm going to set the amount that we're researching to $5 million. Now we need to go to our textiles and we need summer clothes, and that's going to automatically queue up all this other stuff that we need. And is there anything outside of the textile area? Berries. Did it queue up berries? Yes, berries are there, so we're good. So once we get through all this, we'll have what we need. But we also want, I like to have the faster roads. That's just my thing. And that's really about all we need, I think, for now. So let's just go ahead and start spending our money like crazy. Turn on these R&D guys and have them get to work. We'll check in on them and make sure they're working diligently. And we will just rip through our money and research summer clothes. Now that big ta-da was we just finished researching a product that we could sell. So the one right in front of us was probably light fabric, and we could sell light fabric in the clothing store. There we go, light fabric for a reasonable price, but we're going straight for summer clothes. We're doing tier 3 only, as much as possible. And we're going to spend all 10 million of our money to get this research done. Or close to it. Okay, we've got $600,000 left, so we blew through 10 million bucks getting the R&D folks going. Is that a problem? No, of course not. Now we're going to go take out a loan. We're going to go to the biggest loan we can get a 10 at Ryzen, and we can get a 10 at Shidler. So let's just start by grabbing 10 at Shidler. And the other thing we're going to do is we really don't care. This exorbitant interest rate we don't care about. We want the lowest monthly cost we can get, and we want that $10 million. So we're going to grab that loan. So now we've got plenty of money to set up our first summer clothes business. In fact, we have close to enough money to build the 2 that we need to meet demand. I think that's right, isn't it? They need 1, and we'd like to have 2, yes. So let's build it out. Let's see what we need. We need water to feed these 2 plantations. Anybody else need the water? Yes, the dye needs the water. So we will run water through a warehouse. And in fact, to keep things simple, yes, to keep things simple, we're just going to load up a warehouse with everything that we need. And we also see we're going to get a little extra cotton, a little extra berries, a little extra dye, a little bit of light fabric. So we may even think about shipping in some of that light fabric into the city to sell it off. But, okay. So water, cotton, berries. 4 water, 3 and 3. Okay. All right, 4 water, 3 and 3. Okay, so we'll start with our water. Okay, there's our water. Let's make sure we situate our warehouse so that it can grab the water and be in a good position to line up with our town. So that looks good. I do have my one little habit I have to do. I have my obligatory roads around the warehouse. Okay. And we need to be able to bring our water. You see that little line right there? There's a white line. I did not have a full connection there. You got to be careful with that in this game. That's a little gotcha. All right, we need 3 berries, 3 cotton. Both of them on plantations. Okay, there's our berries. This one will be cotton. Okay, we've got berries and cotton. I set this one back here in case I want to put factories in here. So berries and cotton, water, berries, cotton. What else is there? Fibers need the cotton, dye needs the berries and the water. So our next 2 will be fibers and dye. 2 dye and a fiber, but we're going to wait until we have a nice little accumulation of, we start seeing cotton and berries in our warehouse. No reason to build these buildings until we can use them. So you can see how it works. The water The gatherers come in, bring the water goes to the warehouse, then each of the consumers of the water goes and grabs what they need and comes back. And then as they go and they get enough water, they'll have enough to irrigate a field and start to produce. And it will take a while for it to really get rocking and rolling. So you see water in, water out. There we go. Now we'll start seeing cotton and berries coming into our warehouse. Here comes some cotton. There we go. Here comes some berries. Okay, we want to accumulate some. Let's see. In the case of the berries, dye we want about 6 or 8 berries. Let's get 8 berries before we set up our dye. And our cotton, I think we're good. Fibers, yes, we can set up our fibers business. And our cotton, okay. So textiles, we need one. Oh no. You know what? I hate that so much, I'm actually going to demolish it and do it again. Let's see. That one's going to be dye. That one's going to be dye. That one will be fibers. 2 lights and a summer. Okay. All right, now we'll let those guys run for a while. Watch our warehouse. And when we start producing dye and fiber, then we can think about putting in our 2 light fabric factories. There we go. Now we can put in our 2 light fabric factories. There's one and two. And as soon as we see some light fabric come in, we will put in our summer clothes. And we're going to put those down here. And I'm planning on doubling this up and running 2 summer clothes out of this same area. So got some dye, which we're going to need. Once we get run through a cycle of these light fabrics, then we'll build our first summer clothes business and start shipping into the city. go. And summer clothes will deliver directly to our clothing store. So there, we have our first business in place. It's October. We still have $4 million balance off of our loan. We're eating money up like crazy. In fact, so much so that we will not make money without having a second one built. 4.75. Yeah, we're going to have to go ahead and build our second one and have the total production. So we need some more money. We can get another 10, but I think 5 would get us there. So let's just take 5 and let's use Wilhelmina. Will loan us the money. And we're going to basically double up what we just did. Well, one thing we can check for is economy of scale. So if we now, in fact, I'm going to copy these over. I'm going to copy those over so for reference. Now I'm going to say, okay, what if we want 2 summer clothes? So we need just one more light fabric, one more dye, one more fiber. Oh, we get off cheap. The only thing we need really is research to expand these 2. So let's research plantations. Okay, now we can, oh, how much water did we need? We need 8 water, so we might as well just build another 4. Now let's see if we can add 2 more fields here. And add 2 more fields here. And I think we need 1 of each factory. 1 summer, 1 light dye, 1 dye, or light fabric, 1 dye, 1, yes, 1 of each. Good. Should be easy. You can go there. Well, that was easy enough. Oh, 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 oh. I'm amazed we had a profit. We've got a bad road there. I don't know how we made that money. I don't know how that shipment got through. Oh, we made money because we took out a loan. That's why. We should actually sell something this month. There we go. So we covered our expenses in the first half of the month. That's great. Now, once we get this going and we can sell in both halves of the month, so to speak, the 15th and the 30th, then we'll be seeing some real profit. So this should be very, very good for us. And I don't know why, but I've had the hardest time with the getting summer clothes. Summer clothes seems like there's always red going on. And it could be, actually I think it'll be a little better. It's probably because the dye overproduces, the berries overproduce, the cotton overproduces. That actually kind of messes you up, believe it or not. But now, oh, look at that. Now it's all green. That's the way we want to see it. We want to see it, everything's green. We're shipping in, just double check that. Yep, we're shipping to the clothing store. We made a profit last month. We should get to the point where we're selling 2 a month in Shidler, and then we'll start seeing some really good profit. And we still have $6 million, so instead of just staring at this, we can move on to our next thing, which will be, I think all the demands are 1 and 1. So we could move on to, let's go to work clothes. All right, we'll stop right there for part 1. We'll do our work clothes in part 2. But I did want to correct one thing I said. When I was looking at the monthly numbers, I said that we would need 2 summer clothes in order to break even or make a profit. That is not true. We would have made a profit with the 1 functioning just fine. It's of course better. We make more money faster if we have 2, and you really want to build out the 2 if you can. Of course, on normal mode with the good loan that we had, it was not hard to do. So I just wanted to set that straight. We could have made money with 1. We'll make more money with 2, and we'll do work clothes next time. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it'll help you become a better player, and I hope you'll join us for our next Rise of Industry video. Thank you.